Hello everybody, this is Davide Biocchi speaking, and here we are for my intermarket weekly analysis. Let's start as usual with the euro dollar that, as we can see, is continuing in his, let's say, movement. The target still remains 1.10 and comes from this double top here, violated here with a pullback here, and then consolidated here, another breakout and another consolidation level here that is very similar to the previous, let's say, journey that these securities did moving up, this currency pair. So the situation here is, in my opinion, that if the euro dollar will go above the price of 1.144, we will see probably a trend that will move, let's say, more or less around 1.15, more or less around there. On the other side, we can see that the possibility is that the price will go below the price of 1. Let's say 12.3, and in this case 1.119 is the main support, but probably the final target around 1.10 will breach. So this is quite interesting. Let's see what is going to happen. Let's switch immediately after to the crude oil. The crude oil did an attempt in the last session, let's say, to try again to go above this intermediate price around $72.5 per barrel, and the possibility to be back again around the area of $75 to $76 per barrel. In this moment, in my opinion, the range is 62.5 to 62 to 75, 76. So this is the area in which the environment is moving, and let's see what is going to happen. Different situation will be only in the case the market will be able to go above the price of 76, but this seems to be, let's say, not something going to happen tomorrow. Let's see what the market will show us. Very different is the situation about the gold, because the gold did another attempt after what we have seen in the previous week to move above a price of 1,815. In that case, we will probably see very soon an attempt to reach again 1,830 that worked a lot here, and eventually also the possibility to see 1,865. It still remains as a main support 1,765. That is the support that we can see here, and still is the strongest one, except 1,680 that is, let's say, the level that is sustaining all this uptrend going on since more than 1.5 years. So this is a quite interesting situation. Let's see what is going to happen. Let's switch immediately after to Europe, where we can see the stock indices like the DAX that is in a sideway until this 15,500 price done in April, and the market is up, moving up and down that level. So we have the main support here, 14,800. We have another one at 15,000, as we have a resistance at 16,000, but the main level is 16,200. So let's see what is going to happen, and don't forget that the market is still continuing to move up and down, this 15,500 price. So let's see what is going to happen. For what concerning the Euro Stock 50, well, the market is still in the process to see if there will be a possibility to go above and to close, especially to close above the price of 14,250. That more or less is the way, the fastest way to move to 4,400. That is, let's say, the recent high that the market is willing to reach again. So this is quite interesting. And also quite interesting is the situation that we have about the US indices. On one way, we have the S&P 500 that was able to do the highest close, weekly close, at the price of 4,700 and something. And let's say today is doing even better than before. But the problem is the Nasdaq, because the Nasdaq for the moment was unable to close above the price of 16,400 that is here as a permanent resistance working very strong. So in a we are in a sort of let's say waiting period when the S&P 500 is doing an attempt to go for a new record high, and then turning back, seeing the Nasdaq not yet above that level, and say, okay, I'm here and I wait for you. So let's see what is going to happen, because this week can tell us some stories about it, but especially the next week. So the new year can tell us if the market will continue to grow like that. In a certain way, I don't have this week some special stocks to highlight, but for sure there are some that we can focus at. For example, looking in between the big major, we have for sure Microsoft that has, in my opinion, a quite interesting chart. Well, it's not on the top, but it's on the way maybe to do an attempt. So we have a list of 1, 2, and we don't know obviously if we have 3 decreasing maximum, but we are on the way to have a possibility to assume the previous maximum as a target. So let's see what is going to happen, because it's quite relevant and quite important for the incoming week. This is, in my opinion, the most interesting chart connected to the big 5. Let's see some other interesting stocks in the market. This is LLY. So this is, in my opinion, quite interesting because we have a very strong resistance here. The market was able to violate it for one session here, but then came back. So in my opinion, this could be an interesting attempt, let's say, to see if the market will be able to remain above this level. So this is quite interesting. We also have a possibility to have a look at the Verizon. Verizon was in a downtrend since a long time, but recently the market was reacting a lot. So we had a recovery of the price, and we are very close to this resistance that will offer us the possibility to see if the stock will be able to do some interesting movement here. What about any close above $54 per share will offer us the opportunity to see if there is the possibility also to change, let's say, the medium-term trend. So we had a trend here that was already violated, that was the short-term one, but we had the possibility to change maybe the environment moving above this resistance. So let's see what is going to happen. In my opinion, this chart is very interesting about the horizon. And then the last one I want to show you is this IQV. So this is quite interesting because we have already seen the breakout here. So this is a stock that is moving in quite the same way. So it's in an uptrend and sometimes doing a quite nice breakout and then moving a lot. It was done again here and then again also here, okay? And so let's see if this will be another attempt to go for a new record high and so on. So these are, in my opinion, my favorite stock for the week. Let's see what is going to happen. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.